Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever wherever you. And welcome back to the Beta Plan, and to the Manor of Madness state within the darkest dungeon, and hopefully our last trip. Let's see what knowledge we can glean from the journals that we have found over time.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Well, we hope to see none of it. First, however, the journals. The Journal of Darius, Highwayman. Number 2, from 6. The road to this damned hamlet was a tricky one, both to find and to travel. When it revealed its ruined face, I swore I had never seen such neglect. Some buildings collapsed and unerring residents fidgeting uselessly. I went swiftly to the tavern. Others with similar interest had gathered there, and I was assembled into an expedition. We leave at first light of the morrow. Day 6. As we traveled from the hamlet, an eerie dread grew. We all felt it, but did our best to shrug it off. Sleep was difficult, until Raven, one of my companions, passed me a bitter concoction. The most devout of us, Therion, prayed softly for our safety. So superstitious, but intentioned, I suppose. I'm already falling asleep. Day 7. We tangled with some unruly louts. Raven called them cultists. They were ferocious, but clumsy. Moira has been afflicted with sickness. There must have been some rotting air from a coffin she insisted on piercing with her spade. As sterile as this place is, I know I will not fall for any trap, or crazed idiot. I wager my lucky coin on it. And so ends the knowledge we know of that expedition. We come to the second journal, the blackest of fates. I will return with Hubbard's banner and Boland's crossbow, so as to honor them with a proper burial. I will leave what is left of these damned Mizir and his trinkets to the swine folk. Perhaps they will build him the memorial he rightly deserves. That sounds like only one return to 4 heroes. Before we move on to the next journal. A trampled journal. We fought in the East Gallery filled with portraits of our ancient lineage, unerring witnesses to the slaughter. Al-Hazrat, the fiery heartbeat of our retinue, wrought keen havoc in our enemy's ranks. I keenly feel his absence, even as I remember voiding myself upon seeing his lifeless body fall, blood pouring from his screaming mouth, some cruel knife having rent his lungs to gore. Yet we were victorious, and thus we press on. Hero, dear friend, exemplary warrior, survivor of the King's Wars, had many sorties in these halls, met an ignoble end. We were weary, Huan and I, as we searched for sanctuary. Wariness, it appears, has a murderous streak. It blinded him to the mechanisms that tripped the spikes which eviscerated him. I held him as his essence slipped away. Another giant fallen in our mad pursuit. I am alone now. Weary, but unbowed. I press on. And then we come to the last journal that we know of. Blood-soaked pages. Torn from some journal. The dark caves drip with an overabundance of humidity beyond my threshold of comfort. I nearly broke my ankle on the rocks, made slick with some ubiquitous slime. The pools stir and slush with no visible cause, and the shadows beyond torchlight seem to grow and shrink of their own accord. The others are gone. They were victims of malevolent transformation. Their skills as rotten to soft, vulnerable flesh, slowly soft-beating without gills. The worst was their eyes, close set and forced to squint through fleshy slits. I shudder, recalling the horrific and unclean warmth of their blood as I rinsed my talons. And nearly wretched, may death grant them soft mercy. That last sounds more of one of the fish folks than one of ours. Right. Well, let's see what we know of this darkness that we are about to plunge into.
Once again, the stars are right, and the manor sits at the very epicenter of cosmic unrest. Cultists rally to their twisted idols, and great gongs sound in anticipation of the coming sacrifices. Far below, life-laden shadows pulse to the unrelenting rhythm of a beating heart. The thing has no name, for it needs no language. Nevertheless, those who would submit to its wordless will are rewarded in a fashion. The creature's blessings are as repulsive as they are robust. Twisted, half-human monstrosities stalk the flesh-ridden halls, protecting their gestating god. The interminable stone holes are but an antechamber. The creature is vast beyond measure, and must be battled from within. Step over the threshold, and let the terrible truth worm its way into your mind.
And we know the truth. And the truth is simple, if elegant, in a brutal fashion. We must kill the Heart of Darkness. For this I have assembled a team of our heroes that have been with us a long while and have rested and prepared for this final stretch. We are bringing out Jack Douglas with his quick reflexes and his unerring sight. He will not be left out the battle and stunned away. He will press on. Along his side will come Jack K. Anderson, a man fated hardly ever to miss a stroke that he strikes against evil. Such a precise warrior of light, and a tough man to beat for sure. Violetta, a little leader to the party, but with her ever-quick reflexes no one has ever moved before she saw danger. Killing it before it could even strike. And Air, unnerved and fearing not for her life, despite the many Vestals that laid their life for this very quest. Let us make sure that they are given the best treatment and training they can have. They've eaten well, I can assure you. They are all ready, so we will embark. We will kill one Heart of Darkness. You strike no fear into me, madness that has wormed into my mind. Whatever we will face, we will face it with dignity and unrelenting fear. Six holy waters to buff ourselves, 4 shovels to make the way, food enough to last us longer than should be needed, torches in abundance, fact, keep a few simply for those that need the light. Bandages and anti-venom should the creature attack us with either one. We depart. You? We depart after everybody has taken their best equipment with them. I said so before, but well, apparently I was slightly distracted. The task ahead is so great, and even I sense its fear. We will go with Junior's head, but because we have no one to de-stress us, we will go on top of that with the scrolls that are so secret to us. Increasing our heal skills to the maximum and our stress not too greatly. I find most likely the Heart of Darkness to be hard to be stunned. Besides, we have other people who can do so. It is time, I believe, for high damage. It is time to let all things come to pass. One more time, salute these heroes. It is time for Darkest Dungeon. And on the old road we found redemption, for we were ever vigilant and never erring from our path to the heart of darkness. A ghostly premonition presents itself. Is it really him?
In all my terrible researches, what I sought was a glimpse behind the veil, a crumb of cosmic truth. I found it here, and in that moment of brain-blasting realization, I ceased to be a man, and became a herald, an avatar of the crawling chaos.
So you succumbed to knowledge that you've gained, and you were weak to find yourself without the will to resist.
Life feeds on life. In your petty pursuit of family redemption, you consume those who rally to your cause, and in so doing, you strengthen the thing, accelerating the end. This is as it should be. It is why you are here.
You seem to find the need to only point out one path. believe there is another one, and we walk it. Ancestor.
We are chained here forever, you and I, at the end of the world. Free yourself, rouse the thing, and embrace the ineffable cosmic hideousness that lives within us all.
You may have embraced it, but I still dare and struggle. I will kill the heart of darkness.
You still foolishly consider yourself an entity separate from the whole. I know better. And I will show you.
Bring it on. Protection's 80%. Fine. Immune. Ha! Alright, I have seen your skills and I reject you. Already 2 of you have fallen. How many more shall I do so? It seems your skills are faltering. An imperfect reflection. Ah! Oh, you only have 5 hit points. But your perfect reflections have not. It seems we must battle on until we have defeated all of your imperfect variants. I say bring it on. You may dare and focus my healer, but she has known the truth all along, and still she came to our call. Ha! Jack Douglas knows your tricks and shall not fall for them. Neither will Jack K. Anderson. You're running out of copies, dear ancestor. As you wish. The fight shall continue. Evermore. I believe you have come to your end. For you are starting to falter in your productions. Have you forgotten yourself that you can no longer know what it is to be like to be you? I believe you no longer know yourself, and in doing so, you are about to lose this battle.
The flesh is fluid. It can be changed, reshaped, remade.
Ah, so this is more your final form. So be it. Light the way, jackhands. We will fight on. Ha! You place yourself in a vulnerable position. Not only that, we are still in control. Surrounded by absolute nothing. Well, good, you have nothing. Stand fast, air. We will strike him down. He has nowhere to run. Ancestor, I believe your time has come. Surrender! And I will make your passing somewhat palatable. Ha! For us all.
The flesh is immortal. It is undying. Pray it does not take too hideous a form.
We will decide upon that. Just stating hard. You can take whatever form you wish. We shall pound upon you like the beating of a heart. Jack, he attacked you. Attack back. Come on, I know you can do it. Violetta, take him down.
Behold the heart of the world, progenitor of life, father and mother, Alpha and Omega, our creator and our destroyer.
As I said before, you may have your various incarnations, but you do not have our spirit. You are nothing but flesh. What? Ow! We just lost in one go, Jack. Stand fast. We cannot retreat now. You have claimed the two of us, but we still stand strong. We will not falter. Jack and Air will not have died in vain. Violetta!
Victory. A hollow and ridiculous notion. We are born of this thing, made from it, and we will be returned to it in time. The great family of man. A profusion of errant flesh, multiplying, swarming, living, dying, until the stars align in their inexorable formation, and what sleeps is roused once more. To hatch from this fragile shell of earth and rock, and bring our inescapable end. So seek solace in a manner befitting your lineage, and take up your nugatory vigil, haunted forever by that sickening prose echoing through the infinite blackness of space and time. Ruin has come to our family.
And so it ends? No, it does not. For even in my final call to Violetta, I knew the end escape the truth. That this thing will never be dead. For flesh will always reform, even in death. You have unlocked the ability to begin a new, more challenging campaign. When you create a new save file, you will be prompted if you wish to enable the NG Plus rule set. Be warned, in a new Game Plus campaign, monsters are tougher, they are hit harder, and losing too many heroes or taking too many weeks will result in failure. The stage goes. Oh wait. Well, the game is challenging me to return, but it is of my humble opinion that that will have to wait. It is time for something new, a different game, and the Darkest Dungeon has already taken quite a bit from me. And I enjoyed it as it took. It also gave this knowledge, this thirst for more. And I loved it. I really, really did. Even at times I became extremely frustrated over heals gone wrong or inescapable deaths due to crits and instant death blow failures. Heck, the end boss apparently has an insta-kill ability. I had no idea I was sacrificing Jack Douglas that quick. I probably would have tried to keep both Jacks alive. Sorry, Violetta, but they had the greatest between the two of them. They would have constantly been able to do that with a point-blank shot unopposed. Nonetheless, Air knew her task already, and she gave her life willingly, I would believe it. Jack, simple, was too dangerous to be allowed to live by the Horde. We will remember each and every one of you that played in this campaign. Froy, Sergio, Violetta, Oomph. I can summon a whole room list here of heroes that have played in this campaign. Each and every one of you has made their contributions, some of them extremely memorable that I believe I will take to my own grave. But for now I must rest before I face the Darkest Dungeon again. I say I thank you for watching, and remember, after great peril, there's a greater peril still. Ah!